welcome. And I'm doing this piece here. Now, I've actually been doing a lot of research because I do plan on covering Undertaker Mark Calloway 6 feet under featuring the wife now. So I've been kind of getting back into that industry, kind of talking that industry. And we have him here. Chris. Chris, are you on the line?
Hi, Alex.
How are you doing, Chris? It's great to hear you here on the line here tonight.
Yeah, I'm doing well. It was special to have a WWE PLE at 2 p.m. on my time.
Oh yeah, I would imagine that would be a big difference for you. I mean, Belgium is where you're from, right?
Yeah,
I can't imagine, Chris being a fan who really made a life of wrestling and watching WWE, how much sacrifice of your time that you've made over the years to catch the different pay-per-views and shows and stuff.
oh yeah, and well, usually it's very late night for me. It starts 2 a.m. And now it was on the afternoon. So yeah, this was enjoyable.
Now, I gotta ask, how are you feeling about this whole John Cena presentation? I mean, how hard is it to believe that somebody like John Cena is the legend, that's retiring now?
It's crazy. I mean, I still remember when he made his debut. It was
I
like
do too, Chris.
tw-
I do
20,
too.
23 years ago, and it was like yesterday. Yeah, it's crazy how time is flying. I mean, when you think that we have John Cena this year and we're gonna have AJ Styles next year, uh, yeah,
I mean, do you remember, I always feel like when you're a fan of wrestling, like time seems to feel strange sometimes. Like sometimes you can look back at something and feel like it was only a month ago, or a year ago, and then you realize it's been like 10 years ago. So I definitely feel like that. But do you think that, for John, ending the career now, do you think that WWE and TKO and Paul, Triple H Levesque are doing the right thing for John, for his career to be celebrated now?
yeah, they are doing the best that they can. I mean, let's not forget that after WrestleMania, The Rock screwed everything up,
Absolutely. I
and
agree with that.
they had to bounce back from that. And well, the only option was to turn him back babyface. And yeah, he had one last run as champion. It was what it was. It wasn't great because the heel turn story got ruined. But
Absolutely. That was a real travesty. That was a real travesty, Chris. And, we didn't really get to talk about it. But, I thought it was really over convoluted. It felt like they didn't need to go that far. All they really needed to do with John, Chris, to turn him heel, I think was to just tell a story that was based on, this is my last run and I've done everything for the fans, but this is my opportunity and I'm going to do whatever I need to do to become champion. Right? That's an easy
that's
story to
right.
tell.
Yeah, but it was The Rock's idea. I mean, he basically came with a whole concept, and he was supposed to be involved in it. And then, because he was obviously offended that Cody was not interested to turn heel.
Well,
Oh,
no, Chris, I feel like when John Cena went heel on the fans, that was bad. I thought that sucked. Did you?
yeah, but I mean, he got the proposal from The Rock, and
Absolutely. Yep.
he took the try because this was something he has never done, and he was like, oh, maybe
No, it
this could
just
be
felt
something.
so cheap. It just felt so cheap. And
But yeah,
last minute and oh well we could have done it 10 years ago when it would have been big, so let's just do it now.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
It didn't felt right, and the fans didn't buy it, and a lot of the fans keep on cheering him,
Oh
and
yeah.
and
I
so
knew that was going to happen. I talked about that before. I knew that was going to happen.
so with The Rock not being there anymore and the fans keeping cheering him, and he had those great matches with Punk and with Randy. At some point, the only solution was to turn him back babyface, and he made a post a few months ago, before he turned babyface, and he said, "Yeah, I think I'm gonna let the fans decide which way we have to go."
And see, Chris, the way that I see it too is like the fans are becoming really emotional as well. Like coming to the end of seeing his retirement run here.
But it seems like he has his best time right now. It just, I mean, he had this title reign, and at some point he probably didn't want it to be champion anymore. He didn't want the, that pressure that he didn't need it anymore, and he just wanted to have fun. And that's what he's doing now. He's just having fun.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, can I move on to other news,
Yeah.
Chris, that I want to get your opinion on?
Hmm.
Oh, now this is really troubling because we know ECW legend Justin Credible has really been coming forward with a lot of allegations to his name. Um, and I don't know if you watched it or not, Chris, but that Maven did the very powerful video.
No,
Speak.
I'm not into this all gossip stuff. I'm not really into it.
So you don't really care about him scamming the fans and stuff like that?
But I'm not even aware.
Well, there has been allegations, over the years that, there's been offers of him getting signed pictures and, signed kendo sticks or whatever, maybe from the fans. A lot of fans really came forward and, said he never sent the merchandise. And, Maven did a YouTube video about it, talking about it. And, apparently he's still begging the fans for money. Do you think that's right? Do you think it's wrong? He's claiming he's just out of the hospital, that he has nowhere to stay, and he's reaching out to the fans for support.
It's weird. I mean,
It's hard to see our childhood legends at that point.
yeah. I mean, it's not a thing to do. Like, first of all, uh, you don't have to ask the fans anything. Like, if when you are a wrestler, uh, if the fans are invested, they're gonna buy your merch. But if
Absolutely.
but if they are not gonna buy, and they are entitled to. I mean, me as a wrestling fan, I don't want any wrestler to come to me and say, "Hey, you should buy my merch." No,
Well, no, exactly, Chris.
I'm gonna
Imagine
buy
it.
your
Imagine,
merch.
Chris,
I'm
because
gonna.
hold on. I apologize, Chris. But I know that you do interact with a lot of wrestlers and talent and, people within the industry. I know that. And, they're gracious to chat with you and you're always very kind. But if you have one of those wrestlers that you interacted with and they were sending you a message saying, hey, I'm in the hospital. Could you send this amount of money? And maybe I'll send you an autographed picture or something. How would you feel about that?
Uh, Honestly, I would feel uh, weird, because it will be a weird thing to do for a wrestler
Yeah.
to do that to a fan. I mean, when you think about the all the money that these people are doing compared to us, see what I
Right.
mean?
Right, exactly. Now, can I go on to my next story? I really want to talk to you about, Chris. Honestly, I'm like boiling at the seams to discuss this with you because I'm actually going to be doing my own reaction to it.
Yeah, go ahead.
Can we please talk about the Undertaker, Mark Calloway, and his wife on the podcast now and that whole situation?
Yeah, I saw a few glimpses of that. It's always nice. I'm a big fan of Taker. I'm a big fan of Michelle. So
You are
yeah.
you are a fan of Michelle?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Okay, fair enough. No, that's cool.
And she's a very nice person too.
Right.
Very, very humble.
I'm interested to hear your take on this whole situation then now.
What situation?
Well, the whole situation with, they had this young guy. They had this young guy when we were doing that 6 Feet Under podcast. Did you listen to any episodes of that program, Chris?
Oh, not really.
Well, it was mostly, guys, just hanging out, sitting around. And they had this Matt guy, the flip flop wearing, young guy who was like the co-host or whatever. And they were telling stories on the road or, whatever, history of wrestling, Undertaker's matches, stuff like that. But I guess what happened, cause I'm actually doing research for it here today. Undertaker fired this young dude and, WWE swooped in and his wife is now the co-host of his podcast and the fans are hot about it, Chris.
What some fans are hard about is the fact that Michelle has replaced Mickey James as a coach on LFG.
Oh, really?
That's the problem that
Can
some
you
people
give us
have.
that inside scoop? Because I never heard that
Oh,
controversial.
apparently Mickey, she decided to leave after the first season. It's a bit unclear if she decided to leave or if she was like kind of pushed out.
Did you hear the story that allegedly, apparently Mickey James had her belongings sent to her by WWE in a garbage bag? Is that true?
Oh yeah, she sent a picture.
Crazy. And
She
then
post
Mark
she
Calloway,
posted a, she
Undertaker's
posted
wife,
yeah,
is,
she posted a picture of that, and then she got a response by the WWE saying whoever did this got fired on the spot. Yeah, personally, I don't buy that because, in my opinion, the person who did that was Johnny Ace.
yeah. So,
It's probably the only guy at that time because he was still in the company at that time. He's probably the only guy who's such an asshole capable of doing that to someone.
So regardless of that, Mickey James is brought back. She's prominently featured in this LFG. I guess would it be fair enough to call it like a Tough Enough comparison, Chris?
Yeah, it's kind of like it's a
Yeah,
modern
I've seen
version
it.
of Tough Enough. Yeah.
I've seen it. So now the Undertaker's wife, comes into that role on the LFG show. Do you think she's gonna have heat? Because the whole
She
situation,
already
Chris, is
has. She
what?
already has.
Well, the whole situation is basically because, look, and it's different talking with you, Chris, because you say you're a fan of Michelle McCool,
Yeah, but
but
it's
she's
a
getting that
crappy
Hall of
thing.
Fame package. She's getting that Hall of Fame recognition. She has
Yeah.
that spot on the LFG. But how much of that comes from Mark the Undertaker Calloway's political push to get her in there?
Yeah. Some people might say that. I'm not gonna claim that it's not true or it is true because I don't know. But
Right.
the thing that got really creepy online is when people actually came to Michelle McCool directly and telling her that her whole career was because of Mark.
Yeah,
This is
absolutely.
so ridiculous to say.
Well, she did make her way
Primarily,
in. No, I'm sorry, Chris, because I'm hot the way you're putting that. You're absolutely right. Because it is true. She did have a career. She did come up on
yeah,
her own.
some people even went like, oh, you went to the WWE because of Mark. Those people are so ignorant. I mean, Michelle McCool joined the WWE in 2005. At that time, Mark was still married to Sarah.
Yep.
He had nothing to do with Michelle.
But I mean, we don't know how long, passion could have been brewing between them
And
to
and
end
and
up in the
and to
marriage
tell
now.
you and to tell you, Alex, how much ridiculous that whole narrative is. Michelle and Mark got married in 2010.
Yeah. Yeah.
Michelle Michelle left the WWE 1 year later in 2011 and never came back. So what was Mark's involvement when they weren't even a couple yet?
Well, then Chris, that's my point exactly. If that is the case, if that is reality, what you're saying, then why would she have a Hall of Fame induction if it wasn't for her husband, Mark the Undertaker Calloway?
But first of all, about the Hall of Fame, why the hell not? She was one of the best divas of her era, and I mean, when you put on people like Tori Wilson and Stacy Keibler on the Hall of Fame,
Yes.
you you definitely got to put Michelle McCool, who's a former champion.
Incredible. Yeah, and I think a lot of people don't recognize that she did have a career. But now with this whole, Undertaker 6 Feet Under podcast, she's blaming the haters, she's blaming the trolls. And Mark has come out saying, Chris, that he doesn't have that pull that a lot of people suspect that he does. Do you believe him when he says that he never used his pull?
Uh, yes and no. I mean, it's no secret that the Undertaker during his time was undeniably recognized by all the talent as the locker room leader, the number one.
Absolutely, absolutely.
He was the guy that
Even
people.
today, Chris?
Uh, I mean, when he's there, young wrestlers always come to him for advice
Right.
because he's a legend, so it's normal. I mean, they are doing the same with CM Punk or Randy Orton or John Cena because
Yeah.
he's a legend. But when he was there, in his prime or even at the end, when he was still like a full time part of the roster,
What
uh,
year would you be referencing here?
yeah, I mean,
Like, what's the peak of Undertaker being an actual, like, active wrestler? Would you say, like,
oh.
2010?
No, 2010 was the start of the downfall. For me, his peak. I mean, he's been there for so long; it is complicated. But I would say, probably when the Attitude Era
Oh, no,
kicked off.
Chris, what I'm asking, my apologies if I didn't word that right, is what was the last year where he was considered, like, an active on the roster wrestler?
Oh, well, I mean, this might have been
2010?
2010,
2011?
2011, yeah. Yeah, I mean, if you remember, after 2010, he was basically just working WrestleMania.
Yeah, yeah.
He did WrestleMania 27, and then he did, um, 28 and 29 with Triple H, 30 with Brock. I mean, he was basically just working WrestleMania. He
Yeah.
was not full time
He
anymore.
wasn't doing Raw matches or...
Yeah. So
So
yeah,
that's kind of the era when he would have still been sort of still sauntering in the backstage, talking to the young dudes coming
And
up.
two, and 2010 was actually the year, if I can recall, where he was the world heavyweight champion for the last time.
Wow, incredible.
Yeah.
That's actually, I did not know that actually. So now that you're seeing Mark presented this way, cause now the 6 Feet Under podcast, it's run by WWE,
Mm.
with his wife. Do you like this side of Mark that we're getting now? Or do you just turn it off, Chris? Like, what are your thoughts on what Undertaker has done to his legacy when it comes to his podcast?
Yeah, I mean, it's the American badass. For me, it's okay.
Really? So you're saying it's either Mark's way or the highway?
Yeah, I mean,
For that young guy that got kicked off the show, too?
oh, I'm not aware of that story, so I can tell. I don't know
Okay.
what happened, but I mean, the way it's presented here, it's basically the way he was in the early 2000s as the American badass.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no, absolutely. Um, Now, what's something you're really passionate about, Chris, in the industry right now? Let's turn it over to you and you take charge and you ask a question or what
Uh,
really are you passionate about in the wrestling
the
right
return,
now?
the
Well, I
return,
think of something else I want to chat about.
yeah, the return of AJ Lee, like that's the thing that really got me high, most recently because I mean I've
That's
always
a
been,
peak moment for you. Like,
yeah, such a big fan of her, always has been, and I mean after 10 years away, I was like, ah, yeah, she probably never gonna come back, and she finally did. So
because I really felt the last real peak of wrestling moment I felt was when Goldberg came back to do the retirement match. So for you, that was AJ Lee coming back doing a program.
yeah, AJ, yeah, I mean most recently in 2025, yeah, for me this was the big moment. Yeah.
Now, what do you think of CM Punk's run in that WWE um, current presentation? Do you think he's essentially become a company man?
Seems like, and it's a thing. I mean, when you think about CM Punk before, yeah, he's like he said, he got old, and he just now start to understand the business.
Yeah.
He said it himself, so I'm not
You know,
making
even
anything up.
myself, Chris, coming closer to the 40s, sometimes I feel like I don't have that same edge that I once did.
I think, yeah. I mean, he's 48. He knows that he's probably not gonna be able to do that very much longer,
Absolutely. Absolutely.
and he just want to have peace with everybody and being what he's supposed to be at this stage of his career.
And there's a lot of money involved as well, I would imagine.
Yeah, but I mean, on that side, I think is very, he might be very well secure.
Now, what is your speculation, Chris? Because this is another topic I want to bring with you. Being a classic, old school, original era fan, speculation of Chris Jericho now getting the WWE recognition, getting the WWE potential Hall of Fame package. What are your thoughts on it?
Oh, he definitely deserve it. I mean, I'm not a big fan of the man, but the superstar and the
Yeah, because
entertainer.
you had heat with Chris Jericho before, didn't you?
No, actually, I never got hit with Chris. It's just that uh, he attacked a friend of mine because she was simply pointing on an opinion about
Right. Yes, I
AEW.
remember you spoke out about that before.
And so he went on very disrespectfully on his answer. I mean, he literally called that woman a dumbass,
Hmm.
which I think when you are someone like Chris Jericho, you should not be doing. And
Absolutely.
and
A
and,
married man.
and so I interject and I put him in his place, and I just all I actually did was reminding Chris of who made him.
Yeah,
And this is not,
absolutely.
and this is not Tony Khan, and this is not AW.
No, I thought it was really brave, really passionate when you put that out there, when you put that forward. It was incredible. So now with the idea of him potentially coming back to WWE with that history you had, how do you feel about it?
Oh, I don't really care. To be honest with you, I mean, Jericho is 55 years old,
Yeah.
and if he comes back to the WWE, I'm pretty sure it's
Chris, I'm 35.
55.
I'm 35.
Oh yeah, yeah, and
So I'm getting closer to those ages that we're
but
that we're speaking about.
I'm sure that if Jericho come back to the WWE, it's not gonna be as a wrestler. He's just too old. It's
Yeah, do you think that, do you really think though, like after everything he's done in AEW, because people forget, like he had quite a run up there, man. Like he really did. Not everything he did was great, but man, when did he debut in AEW? 2018?
yeah, at the very beginning. Yeah.
So yeah, like he has done a lot over there. Do you think it is kind of crossing the line where it's like he's done with wrestling? Cause I honestly, dude, like it was really cool that he gave AEW the recognition, was their first champion. And I'm sure somewhere along the line he's had one or two good matches, right? But is he finished? Like I couldn't see him doing like a high level WWE finish program or storyline or match or like it just seems like there's nothing really for him in WWE in my opinion right now.
No, not obviously not even in AW because it's not on television anymore. And
They weren't able to pull the trigger with the Sting Jericho program.
yeah, this is something that we should. I, I, I was hoping to see, but yeah, it didn't happen that way
What?
in AW. Um,
That you wanted to see what?
Jericho and Sting.
Me too! Me too! Absolutely! We should have
I
gotten it,
I
Chris. We
believe,
should have gotten it.
but I do believe because Sting never had a single match in AEW. I think the reason is that he's probably not able to do that anymore. So
Are
they
you like the only, are you like the only are we like the only two people that were clamoring, wanting to see Jericho and Sting?
probably, I mean, as an old school fan, because look, when Jericho was in WCW, he was still kind of a rookie.
Right.
Sting was already a megastar, but Jericho was definitely not on the level that he is right now. I mean,
Exactly, right? Isn't that so interesting? I think that would have made for a great story. And Chris, I talked about it before. I think when they were doing that inner circle, storyline, Jericho coming out with Sammy Guevara and all these other young dudes. And, he's drinking the bubbly and he's celebrating and all this and having Sting in the rafters, looking down
yeah.
and, saying like, what happened in WCW isn't going to happen here. I think that would have been a really powerful storyline for them to have done.
But it seems like AEW was teasing it for a couple of
Yeah,
weeks.
absolutely.
And I mean, but then, like pretty much everything in AEW, it completely dropped before it come to pass.
Absolutely.
But
Absolutely.
I think I genuinely believe that Sting, because there might be a reason why Sting never had a single match in AEW. This is probably because his body was not able to do it anymore.
Yeah, what's the age currently now of Steve the Sting Borden, Chris?
Wait a minute. He has turned 66 this year.
66.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. So how old was he when he was doing those AEW matches where he was like jumping off the barricades and
Yeah, he was already over 60.
oh my God.
And I
Chris,
remember,
you can't say that was one of the most like incredible, legend returns of all time.
I remember watching, I think it
Oh
was,
my God.
I
Dude,
think it
can you
was on
believe that
Dynamite. No,
this is already our history. This is already our history.
it was on,
That Sting AEW run,
it
man.
was on Dynamite, I believe a few years
Oh
ago
my
when
God.
he was actually doing a hardcore match.
I'm getting emotional, Chris.
So it was Sting and Darby
I know. I remember. I remember.
against Sting and Darby against the House of Black.
And at first they were doing the what was it? What do they call them? Oh my God, I'm blanking out. Performance match or what are
Yeah.
they called?
And I remember watching that match. And
No, wait, Chris, just hold on. What are those matches called that are like directed? They're like movies.
no.
Cinematic match.
Yeah. It was.
Yes, he did this. He did the cinematic
Yeah,
match.
he did a cinematic
But
match. Well,
Chris, then he actually did a real in the ring
yeah,
match
that's
too.
and I remember I was watching that and I was like, wait
I
a
do
minute.
too. I remember, Chris. I
I am
remember.
actually watching Sting in 20, I guess it was in 2023. I'm watching Sting in 2023 doing a hardcore
Yeah,
match.
yeah.
What the hell?
I know. I can't believe it. I honestly, I'm so worked up right now because I'm like, that's history now. That's our history now. And it was just such a blur that that actually happened and that we got to experience that. Like, could you imagine, like, our fathers, jumping off the balcony through a table onto somebody, that's really what,
Yeah, every time I was
man,
watching Sting, I was like, no, don't jump. Just stay there. Stay there. Don't jump.
man, such a crazy underappreciated run. So thankful for that.
Yeah.
Now, Chris, I want to talk to you about something else that really I was
No,
passionate about that. Cause
just one last thing I want.
people don't know that, no, people don't know this, Chris, but you are a PWR Hall of Famer.
Oh, really?
Yeah, absolutely. You're the second inductee of the PWR Hall of Fame.
Oh, this is great.
And, yeah, absolutely. And, what I wanted to also bring up too was, your reaction, Chris, at WrestleMania when Lex Luger stood up out of the wheelchair to give that acceptance speech, please.
Awesome. I mean, this is these kind of things are way beyond wrestling. It is life.
I
It
know.
is life. It is real life.
It is life, it is family,
And I
it's
think
God, it's friends, it's,
I
it's everything.
and I think I put on a tweet where I actually tagged DDP because we know that DDP has been helping Lex
Yeah,
a lot, very, and
absolutely.
I just said thanks, thank you DDP, because
Yeah.
it's probably one of the main reasons for that, and this is a very beautiful story of life between
Absolutely, Chris. Yeah,
two
absolutely.
guys.
And how many times, how many years, how many times have you heard the words come out of my mouth? When is Lex Luger going into the Hall of Fame? How many times?
Oh man, for years.
I know for years. I was like, when is Luger going into the Hall of Fame? You're saying it that I
Yeah.
did say that multiple times.
And he finally got that, and yeah, it's fully deserved. And this is
Yeah,
this whole life story with him and DDP. This is so beautiful. I mean, this is life. When you see things
yeah.
like that, what else can you say? It's
Now,
just
no,
beautiful.
now, Chris, Chris, I'm going to take it to another level now. I'm going to take it to another level now, Chris.
Mm.
As somebody, like I said, a PWR Hall of Fame member, and we don't have Blossom here. We don't have Blossom here, but I gotta ask your thoughts. This is gonna be powerful, Chris. The loss of Terry.
Yeah.
How did that affect you?
Well, I think as a wrestling fan, even though I was never necessarily the biggest Hulkamaniac, but I mean it's hard to when you are a wrestling fan, because Hulk Hogan was to wrestling what Muhammad Ali is to boxing, or
Absolutely. Absolutely.
what Pelé is to football, and it's like wrestling lost a big part of itself when Hulk passed away, because
Yeah.
there will be no
And they
wrestling.
booed him, Chris. They booed him.
There will be
They booed him, Chris.
no sports entertainment without Hulk Hogan.
And they booed him, Chris,
Yeah,
on his last WWE appearance.
yeah. But I'm not even gonna say like, oh yeah, blame them, because and it's our fault. It's our fault, because we have intended to believe that those people are kind of like immortal. Like we
Yeah.
used to call him the immortal for so many years, but
Yes.
unfortunately nobody is.
Exactly. Like I said, it is looking at like our own friends, family, whatever it may be, because we've been so close to the history for so long.
And
And it's hard
I
to,
know he was sick. We all know he was very sick, obviously, but it I didn't
well,
expect it.
no, Chris, I'm going to stop you there. I didn't really know he was sick.
Yeah, yeah, there was a lot of reports, even some reports saying that he was nearly dead. That has been
Yeah,
debunked.
but I mean that hasn't been like lingering for the past like 5 years or so, even since I've started doing my wrestling stuff, my videos or whatever I've done. I mean, Terry's health was never really like, I mean, I knew he had a lot of surgeries and knew it and stuff like that, but actual death, like I don't really recall, there being that much cause for concern.
No, I think that before he started doing all these back and forth uh, hospitalization, nobody knew he had a weak heart. I
Yeah.
didn't knew it, and I mean, when you are like he was what 73,
Yeah.
74, it's not.
Yeah, like pretty much like the age of my father now, Chris.
But the for me the saddest part of this is, and it's a little bit like the same way that my father actually passed away 20 years ago.
Yeah.
It was really fast. I mean, his health has obviously been degrading so quickly that
Yes.
nobody could really prepare themselves. Probably not even his family.
Right. Yeah, no, the way you're putting it is very powerful and very true to the point you're making, Chris. I absolutely, I know exactly what you're saying.
You see, like for instance, like superstar Billy Graham, we knew because we were aware of this condition, and we knew that this was probably nearly the end. So
Absolutely.
nobody was really shocked when superstar Billy
Hmm.
Graham passed away. Uh, but for Hulk Hogan, I mean, even Eric Bishop said that he was still talking to him a few days
Yeah, and like
before.
he was still doing the karaoke, still at the Hogan Shack,
And there is
still doing the beer signings. And Chris, because you know that I talked about
wait,
this,
just
there was that last, hold
no,
on,
no,
Chris, there was that last,
uh,
oh,
no, excuse me, and
you go ahead. You go ahead, Chris.
they were still working on this freestyle wrestling stuff with him and
Exactly.
Bischoff.
No, exactly. Yeah, because Chris, now I'm getting emotional because I'm sorry I'm talking over you. I think we both talk over each other sometimes. But you're right because they launched that teaser for like that first one they did, Chris, was incredible
Uh
with
the first one was very cool. NWO style.
Eric and Hogan coming out,
Yeah.
teasing like some kind, and like our imaginations were really running wild, with what it could have been. Some people were saying it could have been Vince
Yeah,
that they were
yeah. Some people actually said on Twitter that it was
bringing
gonna be
forward. Yeah.
Vince. Yeah.
And, like that, that's the way I want to remember Hulk's last moment.
Yeah. And
But, as far as, cause for concern for his health, yeah, like there wasn't really cause for concern.
no.
Things were kind of going along. I mean, we knew he was old, but I mean, again, it was like our father's age, and, I'm struggling here, Chris, and I appreciate you being on the air with me to talk about this with me.
Yeah, I mean, he
But,
was old, but it's not necessarily a matter. I mean, Jerry Briscoe is 79.
I really feel like Hulk passing helps me kind of come to terms with death more than any other wrestler has. Cause he was almost like the same age as my father,
that's a question that only you can answer, Alex. It's very personal.
Absolutely.
Uh,
Very true. And it means a lot to me. And yeah, I was a big Hogan fan, Chris. You know I'm a big Hogan
yeah, he was.
guy.
He was. I mean, no matter what you can think of the man and some of controversial stuff that he had said over the last years, but
Yeah.
the man, the character Hulk Hogan. I mean, how can you not be respectful of? I mean, wrestling would not be what it is today without Hulk Hogan. It's an
Do you think
undeniable
it's
proven
wrong that
fact.
they booed him at his last WWE appearance?
Well, unfortunately, that was that Saturday night main event appearance when he got booed out of the building.
Yeah. Do you think it's wrong that they booed him out of the building?
Uh, I mean, I understand why they did, so I can't really say like, what the fuck. We
Right.
knew it could happen, and so yeah, it's complicated because
You didn't boo though, did you, Chris?
my no, I did not. My problem
No, neither did I. I didn't boo either,
No,
Chris. I didn't boo
and I'm
either.
gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why.
Okay,
And
yes, tell us
this is
why.
the big difference between me and a lot of these dudes on internet. When I see
Right,
Hulk Hogan on television, on a WWE show, I am watching Hulk Hogan. I am not watching Terry Bollea.
right.
And these people at Saturday night's main event, they booed Terry Bollea instead of cheering Hulk Hogan. That's where
Wow,
the whole problem
powerful.
is.
That's a really powerful way to say it. Actually, that the way you're putting it there.
But that's exactly what it was, Alex.
Now, Chris, I want to get into one more topic that I think is going to also have me emotional and kind of get your opinion on it. It's been teased. We don't know if we will get it. There's a potential we could get it. Triple H and Shawn, Chris,
What?
doing a match one more
Uh,
time.
Triple H cannot wrestle anymore. It's a cold hard fact.
That's just the way you're gonna leave this hanging, just the cold hard fact that we will never see Triple H and Shawn in the ring
Yeah,
again.
yeah, but I mean, I'm a realistic person, and Triple H, he said it
Oh
himself.
my
I mean,
god.
he's not gonna risk his life for one last match. He's not gonna do that.
But what were they building, on that NXT, piece that they were doing where Shawn and Paul were, kind of having the confrontation. I thought that they would maybe,
Yeah, yeah,
potentially be
but they was just, I mean, they were just having fun.
just having fun,
But
Chris.
William Regal came in and said War Games. That was great.
Unbelievable.
Um,
Unbelievable. Now, Chris, what topic would you want to bring up when it comes to wrestling? Like, what gets you really emotional and,
well,
and,
look,
and, and behind the
there is
scenes?
actually something that I've been told that I did not report, and
Let's hear it.
that has now been confirmed by Fightful Select. So basically, because Sean Ross Sapp is the man that he is.
Let's just say it. Let's just say it. This is a Chris the Wrestling Informer report.
Yeah, but sometimes I'm told stuff that I did not report because I think it could cause drama or for nothing or that
Chris,
with.
we've given our lives for wrestling. Let's hear it.
But and sometimes it is just a speculation things or a
Okay.
wait and see kind of thing. So Sean Rossap has reported, and I can confirm that is right, that there are currently some speculations and worries within WWE that Bailey could jump ship to AEW and rejoin
Really? Is
Mercedes.
that really like the big, like breaking, shocking, potentially crossing over talent
Oh,
that, really?
if yeah, if that happened, this will definitely be the I mean, after Adam Copeland's Edge,
Yeah.
this will be the biggest coup from uh, the WWE AEW
Oh,
junction.
absolutely. Bailey and AEW would
Like,
be like absolutely like a big heavy hitting acquisition, I think.
yeah, but of course Tony would not know what to do with her, like he doesn't know what to do with anybody else. But
Oh
but
my
yeah,
God, I can only imagine. But you know where it's going, Chris. You know where it's going. Tony Storm and Bailey. You know what will they do together?
yeah, and like I said, the only person that could really convince Bailey to go to AEW, of course, is Mercedes, and I personally believe that it will be a bad business move for
Yeah.
her at this stage of her career when
Well,
she's
what
only.
like she's given her life, Chris. She
Yeah, but
has
look,
given her life to WWE.
yeah, but look, this is the thing. Like, if she was
And you know
like,
what, Chris? You know what, Chris? I'm just gonna say this, Chris.
she's not at the end of her career. She's only
No, no,
35.
Chris. I'm just gonna say she's not that bad looking.
No, I never said she was ugly.
Yeah, the Bailey is not that bad looking. I think personally.
No, she's not.
So
She's
go
good.
ahead.
Yeah, but I mean, she's only 35, and I think that
Same age as me.
what?
Is
Yeah,
she only 35?
yeah,
So she's the same age as me here now,
35,
giving my career.
35 or 36. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
But I mean, she's still got a lot to do in wrestling if she wants to, and I don't think.
And what are the major injuries or like what's like her major injury that's hindering her progress from where she could be right now?
Well, she's not injured.
She's free and clear,
Bailey is not injured.
ripe and ready to go and everything, just like not even in the 40s yet.
I don't understand what you mean.
Like physical fitness wise.
Yeah, what?
Like she could launch another career. Like 35 years old, go to AEW, no injuries, no nothing, and have like a second run.
Yeah, but the problem is that AEW is a mess. You can have a run
Oh
there.
my God. Yeah. Don't even tell me that AEW is a mess. I know it's a mess. And you know,
Everybody,
the sad
everybody.
truth is, Chris, I want to watch it. I want to enjoy it because I'm really struggling with the WWE product, Chris.
Look,
And I'm like, I want
let
to
me
go over. I want to watch wrestling. I want to celebrate wrestling. I want to,
let me put it
enjoy.
out. Let me put it out this way.
Okay.
If this was the Attitude Era and we had WWF and WCW, all right?
Yeah.
Bailey is in WWF, Mercedes is in WCW, and somehow Bailey is missing her best friend, and she's thinking about eventually going to WCW. I would say go. I would say if you feel it, go. Because WCW was an alternative and you could still have a career
Yeah.
going to WCW. But
Yeah, dude,
everybody,
Bailey's career in WWE is dead. Like,
everybody who were,
do you think, Chris, that Bailey could go over to AEW and have something as powerful as Timeless Tony Storm?
uh, no,
Oh, come
no,
on.
no,
You don't think that
because,
Bailey would go over to AEW and have something as powerful as a character as Tony Storm?
no, because she will be Pamela Rose and she will be completely forgot.
Oh, Chris.
That's the reality. Like, what do you think is gonna happen? Yeah,
Well,
probably
what's keeping Tony Storm right now so creative and so positive and such a must watch female wrestler right now?
because she's booking herself.
Then why wouldn't she want to work with Bailey coming from the WWE to the AEW?
What? Working with Bailey? I mean, what? Kissing her on TV?
No, I just mean like, hey, let's collaborate. Let's get together and let's bring, you know what I'm saying, Chris.
Look, here's the
Like, I'm
thing.
sure that those two would collaborate something that could
Ba-
get Bailey
yeah,
over there.
Bailey in AEW will only be relevant working with Mercedes.
You think so?
Yeah, just like Adam Copeland is only relevant on AEW when he works with Christian.
Now, what are your thoughts on Adam the Edge Copeland on AEW, Chris? I never really got your take on it. I really do want to hear about it.
Uh, Unfortunately, he had a very bad injury.
When he
Uh,
fell off the cage, right?
yeah, when he fell off the cage.
A leg injury, knee,
I think it was his ankle, if I can
ankle
recall.
injury. Yes,
Yeah.
ankle. Yeah.
For the rest, I mean, his feud with Christian was okay, not that great, but what is great in AEW anyway. Um, it was what it was what it was, but again, I think that Adam Copeland is doing what he. I don't really know how to talk about it because
Why isn't he working with Moxley, Chris?
because Moxley is a big name and there are both big names, and so it's fit.
So
Look,
why isn't Moxley and the Edge Adam Copeland doing numbers?
I don't know. Hey, don't ask me about Tony
Do
Khan's
you like
booking.
do you like the pairing of Adam the Edge Copeland and Moxley?
No,
Why not?
because I think everything that Moxley has been doing over the last few months is boring.
Chris, tell us what gets you hot right now in the modern wrestling. If I'm an older dude who's really trying to get in there and be excited about wrestling again and wanting to be passionate and celebrate the modern era, what would that be for you?
Oh, we are definitely not in the biggest era ever, but I don't know. I mean, it depends on what kind of what kind of wrestling or what kind of entertainment you like.
Well, what's hitting for you right now?
I mean, if you love wrestling with just wrestling, bunch of matches and matches and matches and matches without any story in between, AW is for you.
Okay.
If you like sports entertainment with great presentation and compelling storylines and talking points and cliffhangers, then WWE is for you.
Now, Chris, what are we looking at for WrestleMania?
Well, at the moment, Roman versus Seth, this is the
Oh
big
my
match on
God, you
TV.
gotta be kidding me. Is that what we're leading up to?
Obviously, yeah. Oh, yeah. For the
Roman
moment, it
Reigns
is.
versus Seth Rollins.
Yeah, yeah. For the
Oh
moment,
my
it is on the
God,
table.
don't tell me that.
Yeah. Hey, I've been
Please don't tell
waiting.
me that.
I've been waiting for that so long.
Oh, Chris.
Oh yeah.
Don't tell me that's what they're building. The main event match of WrestleMania is Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins.
You don't like it?
I'm like in complete shock that that's what the WrestleMania main event match is building toward. What are we here? We're October here now. So what's going on in the wrestling right now? Like who's the top talent here?
Well, now coming up, it's gonna be War Games next month, Survivor Series.
And who's the champion?
Seth and Cody.
Seth Rollins world champion and Cody Rhodes world champion.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh my God.
Are you not watching the shows anymore, Alex?
No, I am not, Chris. No, I am not, Chris. I gave my life the moment that Goldberg retired. Like I gave my life as a wrestling fan the moment Goldberg retired, Chris. But I'm trying. I'm getting right back in there. I'm wanting to know what is hot, what is really going on in that industry right now.
So you
And
didn't
that's why
watch.
I'm asking you, Chris,
So
like
you
a
didn't. So you didn't
PWR
watch.
Hall of Fame wrestling. Chris, you've made a life of wrestling. You've given your life for wrestling.
So you didn't watch Crown Jewel.
No, I didn't. But the crown jewel is what wanted me to start this conversation with this whole
Yeah.
Cena and AJ Styles thing.
But Crown Jewel was a good PLE. Better than the last one. Um, AJ Styles and John Cena was like match of the year caliber. Absolutely
Really,
fantastic. Oh yeah.
really, really, Chris? On like genuinely?
I'm gonna tell you this. You know that Dave Meltzer is always doing his PLE's rating stuff, and he's probably gonna doing waiting this week.
Right.
If he doesn't give that match a 5 star, the guy is really full of shit.
Wow.
I'm telling you like it is.
Basically, Chris, with true passion and conviction and everything that we've talked about for how long I've known you as a wrestling fan, everything I've given in my life and career and everything that's built from like the VHS tapes, from the, from the N64 wrestling games, from like everything, right? Builds up to
Yeah.
2025 right now. John Cena and AJ Styles is a 5-star match.
In this match, we saw,
I have to check this out. I have to
and
watch.
check this out.
Chris,
In this match, we saw an attitude adjustment, Stars Clash, RKO, Sister Abigail. Yeah,
what are
John
you
Cena.
talking about? What do you mean? Because those are like other, are you
John.
talking tributes to other legends?
Yeah, John Cena did the Sister Abigail on AJ Styles.
Okay, Chris, I'm attempting somewhat to putting it on right now. And, we'll continue on. But, when did this happen?
Today at Crown Jewel.
Today! Today!
Yeah.
It happened today?
On the on the last PLE in Australia.
God. I, I think it's time. It's time. That we really see, is this the end of WWE as we know it? Is this the end of our youth? Is this the end of our childhood?
And
Is this
and
the end
and
of,
John Cena
what's
won
next, Chris?
for Cena.
What's next?
For who?
WWE.
Survivor Series next month.
Oh, I can't watch it right now because I tried using my PS3 on a TV to live stream the
PS3. You're still on a
Yes,
PS3?
like I'm laying in bed, Chris, and I have a TV stand here, and I have a PS3 on the floor, and I'm
Yeah.
like, I have Netflix on the PS3, and I tried to watch, Crown Jewel on the PS3 on the Netflix, and it didn't let me do it.
I got Netflix on my PS4.
Oh my god. Oh, I'm just laying in my bedroom here right now. But,
But
I
you
will
know,
definitely
for me in Belgium, the thing is, we don't have Netflix. I mean, we don't have the WWE on Netflix except if you want to use a VPN. But we don't necessarily need it because here in Belgium we still have the WWE network.
Oh, really?
So I'm actually watching the
No,
PLEs.
see, Chris, we've talked about this because you're from Belgium, man, and I'm from Canada. People know that.
Yeah.
Chris, for me, it's been so hard. It's been such a journey, man. To be able to actually watch wrestling, right? So here's my thing, Chris. Are you still with me on the line?
Yeah.
We're doing almost like the Ed Gein, like ham radio segment here.
Yeah.
Now listen, this is the truth. Dude, when it comes to WWE, right now in Canada for me, Cause Chris, you know I'm a real fan. You know I'm a real fan and gave my life for WWE.
Yeah, but you're not watching anymore.
No, Chris. That is right. No, Chris, that is true. That is right. I am not watching anymore. But it's all here on Netflix. So right now, at this very moment, I am on my PS3 and I am, clicking on Capital Carnage 1999, which was the first VHS WWF tape I ever owned that I've, watched
Oh,
hundreds of
yeah.
times or whatever. And it's playing right now. It's playing right now, Chris.
Well,
And
what
I'm
in the
back.
UK?
Like I'm home.
Okay.
And see, the thing is, we didn't have that ability for so long because, we couldn't access like all these pay-per-views and stuff. It was all like, oh, maybe I can find this stuff on YouTube. Maybe I can find this here and there. We didn't have like a network. This is the first time that I'm like, I'm home.
Well, for me, it was always possible because thankfully, in my country, wrestling was always broadcast. I mean, WWE, WWF before, and even WCW, we were able to watch it. Not live, but we were able to watch it every week.
Right now, I do want to see if anybody else wants to be a speaker here. Does anybody else want to become a speaker for our space?
Yeah, we have that lager beer
Actually,
guy.
did you hear who we had on our space?
Yeah, I saw a bunch of guys.
Val Venus!
Valvinis?
Val Venus, Chris!
Where do you see Valvinis?
He was in our space.
Ah, but it's no more.
Not right now.
Oh.
1 second. We do have somebody who does want to speak here. Hold on. We have Lar Bear.
Yeah, obviously, when I spoke about John Cena and AJ Styles, he didn't agree with me. So I'm curious to hear his opinion.
Once, it's been a while since I've done this. We're going old school tonight. Are you on Lar Bear?
He has to unmute himself.
This is like ham radio. This is like Ed Gein ham radio here.
Hi everyone. This is Lipstick Larry, by the way. This is just my other name on Twitter. How you doing,
Lipstick
PWR?
Larry! Oh, how are you, dude? Thank you so much for being here. This is like the Ed Gein ham radio episode.
Oh
right
yes, absolutely. I've been listening to both of you guys. It's been very enjoyable. I heard that PWR. I heard that you're not watching the wrestling, and you kind of want to get.
It's true.
Yes, and I watched Crown Jewel. I did watch it, and I gotta tell you, I gotta be honest, it was a terrible PLE.
Oh, really? Tell us about it. What was the situation? What were the matches, man?
So I'll preface this. If you ever watched a Monday Night Raw, imagine you watched Monday Night Raw, but at 8 a.m. for no reason, because of course it's in Perth, Australia, of all places. So I have to get my ass up at 8 a.m. to watch this PLE. And the card is so uninspired. It doesn't go anywhere. The stories don't lead anywhere. Of course, they kind of tease this idea that in the main event,
does Triple H still come out to induct the show?
I don't think he came out. I mean, he came out after the matches to be like, "Oh, you won the match. Let me hold the title for you." You know, it's kind of like a photo op opportunity. But I will say this: that John Cena and AJ Styles, it was a fine match. It was more of a mark match where, both competitors kind of, hit each other's finishing moves and did.
Listen. Hold on, Larry.
Yep.
Chris says that Dave Meltzer should be giving this match 5 stars.
No.
That's what Chris, the PWR. No, listen, Chris, the Wrestling Informer, is a PWR Hall of Fame inductee. And he is saying that AJ Styles, John Cena match should have 5 stars. Should it have 5 stars?
Well, maybe this wasn't even, maybe Larry, he prefer chop fest and super kick or whatever, but a match with two legends like that, who at 48 years old each give us what they have given us. I mean, you have to respect that. And all these, finishers paying tribute to the guys that they have, rivalry with. I mean,
Yes,
AJ,
Chris, the history that we just, the 20 years that we just lived our
I
lives
mean,
through,
AJ Styles,
Chris.
he literally had his gear from TNA 20 years ago, and he paid tribute to Christopher Daniels with his finishers. This is his story. This is wrestling
Exactly.
tradition.
I don't know if I can say it's a tradition. This is what I'll say, right? And this is my feelings on it, because John Cena, I've been watching every single match. I've been seeing where the matches have led. And, it, it's I'll tell you this. Every match has this spam finisher maneuver.
Yeah.
There are multiple matches. Like, we just had a match, not even the last PLE, where John Cena was doing Edge's spear. I
Yeah.
mean, it's like, I get it. You're trying to do all these things. There's a probability in my mind that, he's doing this because Jericho's not going to make it back from his AEW contract, which really sucks, because he's
Oh yeah.
contract locked until November, and it does take time for these things to work out. And then you
Well,
have,
Larry, I want to bring that up to you. Like, honestly,
yeah,
but me and Chris talked about it with a lot of passion. Like, is
yeah.
there anything that Chris could even do in WWE at this point that would actually have anybody even interested?
The only thing that Chris can do is talk on the microphone and be an advocate for another wrestler, being a manager, being on the side, or becoming an announcer, because he is very
Wow.
good and articulate with his words. I
Yeah,
believe
because
that that would work
do you
very
remember
well.
that angle that they did when, and I'm getting really emotional, and Chris, feel free to chime in anytime. Thank you, Lar Bear, for being here. But do you remember that angle that they did, a few years ago with, Eddie Kingston and Chris Jericho? Where Chris Jericho is sitting on, the broadcast booth and, Jericho, Eddie Kingston's like in Jericho's face, or I can't remember, but there was so much animosity, so much passion, so much power transferred through that promo that I thought Jericho could really take something like that to the next level.
I will say this, and I just want to push this out there,
This is
that
powerful, yes.
there was a pop for Jericho at Crown Jewel that was so loud, and it
He was
really
at
was
Crown,
awesome.
was he,
He
he wasn't
wasn't,
at Crown, what?
he wasn't there at Crown Jewel. John Cena did the Walls of Jericho,
Okay,
and
yes. I didn't
people,
watch the match yet.
yep, so people were popping really loud, and that kind of gives WWE a little bit of a clear avenue as to, is this going to work? Is bringing Jericho actually going to work? And I
Right.
honestly
Oh,
think,
wow.
yeah,
So
I think
that's
that
why
bringing him back
Chris
for one
was
match will work.
saying, this is a
Yeah.
powerful conversation. This is a
I mean,
powerful conversation.
after the way he was bashing WWE for years, that will be absolutely amazing to see this guy back. And what is he gonna say after he said 2 years ago, before the first All In, that All In was bigger than WrestleMania? What is he gonna say now if he comes back to WWE?
Yeah, what is he gonna say? Like, who is he gonna challenge? Are they gonna reroute the, Kevin Owens feud? Or
I
like
just,
that's
yeah, I
the
mean,
only thing that seems to have relevance.
the guy was already an egomaniac, and now on top of that, he's also a hypocrite. What is he
Yeah,
gonna do?
powerful.
You can do a CM Punk styled comeback, which I think may work very well, but I don't think there's a lot of matches with him left. I think that would be best if the only thing that will work is if they brought him back before John Cena leaves and have one more match, make it like a 15-minute match, have Jericho lose the match, but still be,
John Cena and Jericho.
yeah.
Oh my goodness! You're just this is in depth. This is just like, could we see it? Could we get
What
John Cena and Chris
there
Jericho?
is
Chris,
there is actually a guy from AEW that John Cena, from what I've been told, really wants to wrestle one last time.
wow,
But it's probably not gonna happen. And that person is Adam Copeland.
really?
Yeah.
Chris, the fragments of our youth, of our history are just like threading to the needle here.
And this is true that, I mean,
Yeah, I know it's true. It is true. It's the
Cena,
last of our
yeah,
childhood.
And Jericho, they have history together. They have a feud. But
Yeah.
Edge and Cena, their feud, I mean, for me, John Cena's two biggest rivals in his career, definitely Edge and Randy Orton.
Thank you.
Without question.
I can't, like, how have we gotten to this peak of everything that was our youth and the way that we came up watching the wrestling and everything that,
And it's a shame. And it's a
I'm
shame.
sorry, I'm sorry, Chris. I
Yeah.
am starting to cry,
And
Chris.
I mean, it would have been great to have John Cena versus Edge one last time, because we had Cena versus Orton one last time.
Yes.
We had Cena versus Punk one last time. We had Cena versus AJ one last time. It would have been just full circle for John's last match to be against Edge. But
Absolutely.
unfortunately,
Absolutely.
yeah.
Absolutely. Chris, like this is how childhood ends. You know, these are the moments and the memories and the times that we see everything go full circle with those little reflections of our youth. Like everything. Hogan,
Yeah.
Piper,
There's even
Macho Man, Goldberg, like everything, Chris,
yeah.
to now.
There's even some people suggesting that Tony Khan should let Adam go to WWE for one match against him.
Oh yes, I absolutely think that should happen.
Yeah, but I don't believe
Chris,
he's gonna do such a thing. I don't believe he's
Chris,
gonna do that.
I have heat with Copeland. I have heat with Copeland. But should I have heat with Copeland? Chris, I really want you to help me get over this heat that I have for the Edge.
But why do
What
you
was
have
the heat?
Well, because I just can't get past the whole Matt Hardy Lita thing.
Oh,
that was a long time ago.
I find it really
was too long
challenging.
ago.
I'm like, I'm a Hardy boy. I'm a trailer park guy. And, Matt and Edge and Lita and that whole thing, like, I still haven't been able to move past that.
Oh, it's okay, buddy.
Chris, like, help me move past.
I'm gonna help you just by telling you that Adam, Matt, and Lita are now friends again.
Oh, wow.
That's it.
Powerful.
And this is unbelievable.
Thank you, Chris.
Yeah.
Thank you, Chris.
And as a fan, 20 years ago, I was feeling the same way you do.
No, I know, and Chris, you know that I felt that way.
But I mean,
but I just couldn't because I was a Hardy Boys guy, Chris.
yeah, and I mean,
and that whole heat between Edge, Matt, and Lita.
Yeah, and
really was because I didn't know what side to take, Chris. I didn't know what side to take.
Yeah, but I mean, at that time, I understand, because you couldn't help to feel sorry for Matt. He lost his girlfriend, he lost his best friend, he lost his job. I mean, it was horrible for him.
He gave everything.
Yeah,
he gave everything.
But
Chris,
thankfully,
and I relate to that because I know what it's like now, Chris, to give everything.
But I mean, now,
and like now, I go on.
But now, this is 2025.
Yes.
Apparently, they have made up with each other.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's a story to the past. It's just what it is now.
Well, Chris, if you were speaking to a modern, it's okay if Chris, I'm 35 years old.
Yeah,
Chris, how old are you?
I'm gonna be 43 uh Tuesday.
43,
Yeah,
Tuesday.
yeah.
So no, and I asked that with an amount of respect when I say that, Chris.
Yeah, I know I'm getting old. You can say it, Alex.
No, it's fine. And no, I know. I ask the age with the utmost respect, Chris.
I'm not bothered by
Because
that.
you were there. You were there when me, 35 years old, was interested and, curious. You were there.
Yeah.
So it really is powerful to ask these types of questions about wrestling and about the heat.
You just
But
made me realize that when I started watching wrestling, Sergeant Slaughter was the WWF champion.
yeah, absolutely. And I've said it before, Chris, the
And
first time
now
I
and now
remember
he's
seeing
follow
wrestling.
and now he's
Chris,
following
Chris,
me.
Chris, no, I have to say this, Chris. Chris, I have to say that the first time I remember seeing wrestling. Do you remember what I said?
No?
You don't remember you don't remember my first time that I told you that I ever seen wrestling,
No,
Chris?
no, sorry, I
How
can
could you
recall.
not know? How could you not remember that?
I can recall, sorry.
Oh, Chris. Can I say it then? And then, cause I'm really upset that you don't remember my introduction into this industry.
Was it when Goldberg won the first title against Hogan?
No, it was, let me close my eyes here. Let me really close my eyes here. And it was Sean.
Shawn
It
Michaels.
was Owen. It was Owen. It was Sean. It was Owen. It was that, knockout when Shawn Michaels is being taken away in the ambulance
Oh yeah, yeah.
situation.
Yeah.
That was, Chris, take me there again. Take me there again. Where are we here?
I
That's
was,
where I
yeah.
was when my mind connected to the
It
wrestling.
was really a moment because for me, I was a 13-year-old kid, and they
Oh, this is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about.
they made this moment feel so real.
This is like the doorway to December, Chris.
Yeah, and we have to put it on back into the context of the era. This is 1995. At
Yes.
that time, we didn't have so much cliffhangers and
And you were in Belgium and I was in Canada.
yeah.
And yes, let's paint the picture there. So how old were you at that time?
In 95, then I was 13.
Okay. So take us home, Chris. Take us home.
Well, everybody believed that it was real, and when you are a 13-year-old kid watching this in an era where we didn't have so much cliffhangers or injury angles, like we have now when someone is rid of television. Now, when somebody is rid of television, you know it before it actually happened because of the
Absolutely.
dirt sheets. But at that time, we didn't have dirt sheets. We didn't have internet.
Absolutely.
So everything that you saw on TV felt 100% legit.
Yeah, like Chris, when I first witnessed a wrestling ring, like we're going beyond like talking about wrestling. We're like when I first, Chris, when I laid my eyes on that sacred ground, WWE Monday Night Raw,
Yeah.
like I didn't know what it was, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when I seen that thing with that match with Sean and Owen and Sean being taken away, in the ambulance, like that was everything to me.
Yeah. And
Like I was like, what is going on? I was like, what is this? Like oh, this is dangerous. This is like a high risk
And it was
kind
so
of like,
well done because of the of
it made me who I was,
yeah,
Chris. Like like we're getting into the moment. It made me who I was,
but
Chris.
the reason why it felt so real also, Alex, it is because at that time we knew that Sean was not at 100%.
Yeah.
We knew
Well,
that
I didn't know that. That was the first. You tell the story. You tell the story,
we
Chris.
knew he got beat up by 9 guys in a club a couple of weeks before, and that's the reason he have to relinquish the Intercontinental title at that time. So he went
Wow.
off, and he came back,
Incredible.
at the Survivor Series 1995, and that match with Owen was the day after Survivor Series,
Yes.
and so they made it felt legit because at that period the truth was that Sean needed time off, but of course they made it all dramatic with the
Right.
fall, with the EMTs, with the ambulance and all that stuff. But the reality is that Sean's career was in jeopardy for real at that moment.
Really? Sean's career was in jeopardy then?
Yeah,
Tell me how, Chris.
because he had a lot of concussion syndromes
Wow. From the real, like, risk
from the
taking
real
off the
fight.
top
Yeah, yeah.
ropes.
I mean,
You know, the
I
style,
mean,
Chris,
Kev,
the style that Shawn Michaels did, Chris, honestly, this is a moment for me, Chris. I really appreciate you being here. This, like, I'm at the gate of heaven here, Chris,
yeah,
for my life
and
and for my passion for wrestling. So just stick with me here.
and Kevin Nash talked about it on a DVD that I saw the night when he had that fight in this nightclub, and
Yes.
Nash said that most of the time they were all members of the clique were together. So Nash,
So what you're describing, Chris, what you're transcribing here is me sitting, you know, in a nursing home, waiting room where my mom, you know, was working and she's like, you know, Alex, you know, go wait in the waiting room and turn on the TV. And I turn on the TV and I see Monday Night Raw and I see Sean and I see Owen and I see, you know, Sean being taken out in the ambulance. That's the context here.
yeah, and I remember Owen, the way he was acting, because Owen was that despicable heel at the time,
Yeah.
who didn't care about anybody else, and even he,
Right.
you could see that he really felt like he was concerned about what was happening to Sean, and when you watch
Yes.
this and you are like, oh my god, even Owen seems to be worried. This has to be terrible. I mean,
Yes.
everything from of that angle from A to Z was absolutely perfectly executed. Like this was just brilliant.
Yeah, and that's what birthed me, Chris, as a wrestling fan.
Yeah,
Like it really did.
I
It
can
really did.
understand that.
And
I can understand that because I mean I can
I'm getting really emotional,
yeah
Chris.
I mean I can
And I
imagine
really
you.
am. I'm like, oh my god, it's like
I can imagine you
unbelievable.
watching wrestling for the very first time and you saw something like that. Yeah, I can understand.
Yeah, very powerful. So then we kind of go forward, you know, and like that's for me, you know, so when you get into that and when you speak that way and you paint the picture and you tell the story, like it was real for me. It was. And it was like a situation that I walked into and I was like, wow, you know, what's going on?
But that's the
You
thing.
know, it was so hectic
It
and
was
you know, what
real.
was your
It was real for everybody that saw it at that time.
even you as a wrestling fan?
Yeah, absolutely. Uh, I
Incredible.
mean, and a couple of years later, when I learned that it was all an angle, I was like, damn, they really got us, you know. And this is how you can truly say, and no matter what you think about the man, same thing not about Hulk Hogan. No matter what you think about the man, but Vince McMahon was a freaking creative genius. Hello?
Wake up!
Ah,
It feels,
you did.
although like I'm plowing through these,
You disappeared.
like hamster, what do you call those things that connect the hamster cages?
The tubes?
The tubes! The tubes are connecting and they are going in different directions and I am back. Sorry, Chris. It's been a long time since I've been doing this, like, Twitter space.
Yeah, you.
But man, we were going deep. We were going deep. Are you still there, Chris?
Yeah. You need to get back in the fold.
What?
You need to get back into the fold.
What do you mean by that?
Because you haven't done spaces for like months now.
Chris, I'm like at like you, like I said, Chris, you are a PWR Hall of Fame. You inspired me, Chris.
Ah, thanks. I appreciate that.
Chris, you inspired me. Anybody who does end up listening to this, anybody who knows my streaming or my YouTuber or whatever, this little red circle here, Chris the Wrestling Informer, he inspired me. Chris, you inspired me.
Well, I appreciate that, and this is something that people are telling me a lot. Is that they love the way I talk about wrestling, and
Absolutely.
the way I can put on old school facts. You know.
Yes. Now let's see. Do we have anybody else who wants to be a feature here on this very like Ed Gein ham radio-esque
Well, you got
PWR?
Larry if he wants to speak. Be my guest.
And we have Jamie, and we have Conrad and Banjo Friend. Some of them I recognize, some of them I don't.
Jamie.
But that's what it reminds me of. I don't know if any of you guys watched that Ed Gein series.
We have Jamie from Scotland.
What?
Jamie from Scotland.
Yeah, Jamie is a fan of my streaming stuff.
Conrad
so the two worlds are now.
Saratoga.
But anyway, so we'll talk more about the wrestling. Now, Chris, I want to ask you, what's something that recently that really affected you when it comes to the wrestling? For me, it was the death of the Hulk.
Yeah.
The death of the Hulk was really big, man.
Yeah, me too.
And it hit me really hard. I think another one for me is probably going to be when Jim Ross passes.
Oh yeah.
That'll be a big loss. But what's something that hit you hard, Chris? Recently?
Yeah, sure.
Hit you in the feels.
When Hulk Hogan passed away, same thing, because, it's, I mean, Hulk Hogan is wrestling. So when you are a wrestling fan, it's impossible to not feel when the man passed away,
Yeah.
Even,
absolutely.
even if I didn't always was in agreement with what he was saying or with his political views, but the character.
Chris, absolutely. Like he was like our father, Chris. Like I know it sounds ridiculous.
I mean, think about how many
he was
people.
like that person we looked up to. When it comes to wrestling, when it comes to like the video games or the DVDs or like anything. It was like Hulk Hogan was like all of it.
How many people became wrestling fans because of Hulk Hogan?
Absolutely.
In the 80s and the 90s.
Well, I can genuinely say that I didn't, because I became a fan from Sean and Owen. But but Terry's influence was so large. I mean, it enveloped me as well.
Yeah. But when you talk about things that really makes me sad about Wrestling, yeah, most of the time it is when wrestlers that I really loved passed away. I mean, of course, Bray Wyatt, um, 2 years ago.
Yeah.
But yeah, for the rest about the wrestling itself, I am not, because I mean, I've been a fan for 35 years. I know,
Yeah,
I,
you've given your life for 35 years and we appreciate that.
sometimes when there's releases that I feels are unfair, you know, people that I have been released that in my opinion shouldn't have been, I feel for them. Um, like,
Absolutely.
like someone like Dakota Kai, because I know how passionate she is, and
Yeah,
and
that was a very
and
sad.
I know how how hard it must be when you are a professional wrestler and your career is so much impacted by injuries. Like this,
Yeah, oh,
this is
absolutely.
something you have no
And
control
age,
over.
and age. Because even if you are like 35, 40, but if you have a debilitating injury that you can't wrestle anymore, like that's even worse than being like 60 years old and still wrestling.
We were talking about people like Sting, people like Chris
Yeah,
Jericho, who have been able to wrestle so long in their
I know.
career.
Let's get into that. Like, who have been those guys who just have kept our childhoods going? You know, recently, like, who are the guys now that are keeping our childhoods going? You know, it's gotta be, John Cena would probably be the top.
Yeah,
CM
I mean,
Punk.
not really for me, because when Cena came into wrestling, I was already 20 years old.
Right.
So for me, the guy who was really keeping my childhood alive until he retired was Sting.
Yeah,
Definitely. Yeah.
absolutely. That makes sense. I think for me it was kind of like Goldberg.
Yeah, yeah, Goldberg too. Yeah. But Sting,
Now, Chris, do you think they did Goldberg wrong by cutting him off at his retirement speech?
that was awkward.
Yeah, like, why do you think that they did that? Do you think Paul does still have heat,
Look,
with
I
Bill?
have no idea.
Cause I'm a Goldberg fan, Chris. You know that I'm a Goldberg
I
fan.
have absolutely no idea, because as you know, I am not living in USA, so I am not watching wrestling on ESPN, so I don't know what the hell happened.
Right. But you know I'm a Goldberg fan.
Yeah.
And to have his career, put, in the box and just stowed away, and when they want you, they will call, and the whole spiel or whatever, like that was sad.
Yeah, no, it was sad. It was really
Honestly,
sad.
man, I was like, fuck. I was like, I can't do
I
it.
mean, somebody told me, uh, an American,
I was so emotional,
an,
Chris. Honestly, I'm getting as deep as I've ever
yeah, but
gotten, like,
I was
talking about
trying
wrestling.
to find
I
out.
was so emotional. It was like the death of my
I
childhood.
was trying to find out what the hell happened, and somebody told me, an American told me, that apparently the Saturday night main events broadcast on ESPN are meant to
Yeah,
do to go 2 hours, and they cannot go overrun,
right.
and that's the reason why Goldberg got cut, because
So,
the
so,
two
so,
hours
so,
were in.
so, so hold on, Chris. So do you think that if you really boil it down to the human condition, that it was basically like Goldberg just wanted a bit more, too much? Did Goldberg just want too much more
Uh,
than was given to him?
no, I mean, he always proclaimed that story that Vince promised him a retirement match that he never got.
Yes. Yes.
Uh, is it true or not? I don't know, because Vince has never spoke about it, so we don't know. We only got Goldberg's side of the story. But he wanted a one last match, and he got one last match, and end of the story. I mean, the only thing is that the way he was cut on the ESPN broadcast during his farewell speech, yeah,
Yeah.
as a fan, that was awkward. And if I am Goldberg, I would be very pissed off.
Yeah. So you can see why he was pissed off.
Absolutely.
Now, Chris, actually, Chris, can you give me one last comfort?
Of
Can you tell me your WWE experience?
when I went to Raw,
Yes.
that was so great. Uh,
Please tell me the story, Chris.
there is no,
A PWR Hall of
yeah, there is
Fame.
nothing like seeing a WWE show live, and it's
I'm laying in bed Chris. I'm laying in bed right now. I'm closing my eyes
and
and just like
it was such a moment for
let
me because
yeah
for us people in Belgium, we had WWE in live events in the past, but never on a TV show. And to have Monday Night Raw in Brussels, my hometown, and be there live, this is, yeah, this is definitely
thank you.
my,
Yeah, tell the story. I won't talk. I'm gonna let Chris talk. Everybody, just tell the story, Chris. From you being a wrestling fan, watching in Belgium to actually seeing Raw. Tell the story.
well, actually, I went to Forest National in 2006 for a live event. So that was my first time. But it was a live event shortly after WrestleMania 22. I still remember that the main event of that show was Triple H against John Cena. And so for many years, I wasn't able to go to see WWE live for different reasons, personal, financial,
Yeah,
whatever.
I'm here, Chris. I'm here. I'm
So
here, Chris.
when I see I think the first time I saw a commercial on YouTube saying that the WWE was bringing Raw in Brussels in March 17th, 2025. I mean, I was immediately putting that on my calendar and knowing
Yes,
that,
honestly, yeah, I could see that. Thank you for you're painting the picture so beautifully, Chris.
and it was in December, it was in December 2024,
Yeah,
but it was in the middle of the month. So I was like, okay, January, when I got my revenue, I immediately buy my ticket. And that's exactly what I did. I got my tickets for Raw
thank you.
On January 6th for March 17th.
Keep going, Chris. Thank you. I'm like literally on my
And
bedside here, wanting to know the story.
and when I was there, I mean, actually when I came to the arena, people were already chanting Cena sucks.
Yes.
And it was, I mean, I you can't describe it when you're not there. You have to be
Well,
there.
like I said, like there would be no PWR if there was no Chris the Wrestling Informer.
And,
So I want to know your experience. But continue on.
and there was one thing that was weird. When you watch it on TV and they go to commercial, well, you can just I mean, you can go to the toilet or doing
Yeah.
whatever.
Right.
But when you are in the arena on a live show, like on a Raw, for example, and they are going to commercial on TV, the whole arena is going dark.
Yeah, it was like that when we went to the Guns N' Roses concert or whatever.
And you are like in the dark for 6 minutes.
Yeah. So anyway, go
And
on.
you had a music and you're in the dark. And when the wrestlers are there, they are just in the ring talking. Kind of weird, you know. But it was great. I mean, seeing people like, I see Seth Rollins cutting a promo live. I saw the very first.
With your own eyes, you actually
I
seen
mean,
that production.
can you
That's the,
imagine? Can you imagine, Alex, that Brussels will forever be the place when John Cena cut his very first promo after the heel turn?
I know. Yeah, I know. That's why it is so powerful. Continue on with the story, Chris.
So it was his first appearance after Toronto when he turned heel, and we didn't knew what to expect of that promo. Some people were even thinking that maybe he wasn't even gonna talk,
Right.
and he cut that amazing promo, and the fans were we were all playing with it, and he was
And
all
is that
playing.
where that kid, that fan kid
Yes,
or whatever?
yes, yes, yes.
Okay, yeah,
And
yeah.
he was giving
So,
to
so
us.
John C. So basically, just you know, these are heavy themes here tonight. So, like, basically, so what Chris is saying is like he's trying to put you in the spot in the situation of when John Cena did that heel promo
Yeah,
when Chris the Wrestling Informer was in the audience.
yeah.
Okay,
And
go ahead.
I mean,
Take us
the
home, Chris.
I can tell you one thing. Sometimes we know that this is something that the WWE has been doing a few times. Pipe noise in the arena. I can I can promise you there is no need for pipe noise when
Wow.
Raw was to Brussels, because
And your voice.
the pipe nose was all of us. Believe me.
Wow.
I mean, it was so, and there's a reason. And I spoke about it with Natalia, and she told me like
Yes.
how overwhelmed all the wrestlers were by the reception they got in Brussels
I
for
could
the very
imagine.
first time.
I could
Um,
imagine.
and Also something that you did not see on television, but that I saw because it was the dark match after the show. Cody versus Dominic.
Wow.
Cody
That
won the
could be a
match.
new generation.
Yeah. So that was
So
after Money in the Bank.
Chris, how do you feel? Like, you know, when you've seen this all going down, you know, we're a bit of an age difference, but you know, you got in there and you got to celebrate that moment and you got to, I'm sorry.
It's
I'm
so
sorry,
amazing.
Chris, but you got to experience that moment. Like, what were you feeling at that time?
I mean, it's so special. Like it's even hard to describe, and it's even powerful to hear Cody Rhodes cutting a promo after his dark match with Dominic, and
Yes.
thanking all of us, and saying that, like he said, how the guys in the back were feeling about the reception from us, from the
Yeah.
Belgian fans. Uh, this is I mean, this is a gift WWE gave us by
Yeah,
bringing Raw in Brussels,
they
and
gifted us
and
a
um,
legacy that we
and
never.
I am so proud of the people of my country, and I am so proud of the wrestling fans of my country, that we were able to be so electric, such a great crowd, to make the WWE and the WWE wrestlers feels like home. And for me, this is the
Yes,
biggest accomplishment.
Chris, thank you. That
Uh,
is incredible. I would be clapping if I'm like, oh,
and
I would be clapping if I could because of how powerful that you took me there, Chris. You know, like,
but
and, you know, like I was right there. I was right there, you know, with the way you told that story. Thank you so much.
but this is something I have noticed, and I even spoke to that with some American fans. That the American fans, I mean, there are some powerful crowds like Chicago, like New York. But when you think about when WWE goes to, like, when they get to Belgium, when they
Yeah.
go to France, when they go to Canada, when they go to the UK, when 2 years ago when they went to Puerto Rico, these crowds are always absolutely awesome everywhere.
Oh yeah, no doubt about it that different parts of the world have so much passion. And I've only gotten one experience, with that WWE Passion Live myself. And, it's sad because I feel, I'm thankful. Sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, yeah, like I said, this is like ham radio here. But, Chris, I'm so glad you got to have that experience. Like mine pales in comparison to that.
And when was that?
2003, Chris.
2003. Wow.
Yeah, I got to see a Raw house show one time where I got brief glimpses of our legends like Stevie Richards, Tommy Dreamer, Rob Van Dam.
And where was that? In Toronto?
No, I was in Canada.
But Toronto is in Canada.
Yeah. Well, I'll just say for now it was in Canada. But,
Yeah.
a part of Canada where you wouldn't really, it was kind of similar to you, right? Like a part of Belgium that wouldn't really get WWE, right?
It was a house show.
Yeah.
Okay.
And, I got to experience that history. I got to just very faintly, just very, very faintly, I got to experience that
What
entity, that
what was
element,
what was the
that,
main? Do you still remember what the main event of that show was?
oh man, I'm trying to think. It was, Dudley Boys against like, oh, if I could just get into the dark recesses of my mind. I think it was like Dudley Boys versus like Law Resistance in like a hardcore tag match.
As the main event?
Yeah,
Whoa.
I know. Isn't that kind of crappy though? But I got to see Stevie Richards. I got to see Rob Van Dam. I seen Val Venus. I see,
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. 2003. Yeah.
I think
RVD.
it flashes in my mind, of what I really did see or what I really didn't see. Like, in 2003 at that time, I think Maven was there. I think, like I'm really reaching into the recesses here. Hurricane, I remember flashing like through
Yeah.
the entity mist here. We're talking, I thought maybe I seen Triple H do a run in. That I can't confirm, but I felt like I seen him do a run in. I seen Kane come in and do a choke slam.
Ah, that was great. Yeah.
Yeah,
This
like that's really all that's like the little bit of WWE that I got to experience, and it was
they
very little.
they say, when they are promoting a show on TV, they are saying like, yeah, there's nothing like seeing the WWE live. But I
Right.
mean, it's not just it's not just a line for selling. It's a reality.
Yeah, it is. It
And
absolutely is, man. And like, that's why I'm like so, worked up about it and why I'm so passionate to talk about it because like wrestling fans understand just to catch that wave, that liminal wave of wrestling, like no matter how little it is. That was mine. That's all. That's all it was. There are fans that like go to airports and get people to sign stuff and all that stuff and they go crazy and they go to every show. There's like the green shirt guy. I can only imagine like where his head is at.
yeah.
And we're talking here, oh, a house show, you got to go to a Raw, but imagine like that guy's memories, man. I think my brain would like overload.
And in 2003, yeah, you still got those ex ECW guys like RVD, like Tommy
Yeah, see,
Dreamer.
that's when I really started getting into like wrestling more as like kind of like a preteenish kind of
See,
older teenager was like the 2000s.
I think Raven was also still there.
Um, so Chris, this has been a really powerful conversation. Is there any other questions you want to ask wrestling related? I'm curious.
No, for me it's all good. Maybe if I don't know if Larry wants to say one last thing.
Yeah, I think we should wrap this up because I think this has been incredibly powerful. Like, I'm on the verge of tears. Does anybody else want to speak?
Well, one last thing I would like to say, Alex, is that it was nice to have you back on space, and
Oh, thank you, Chris. No, like I said, this is almost like Ed Gein ham radio level S. Like, thank
so
you.
in so in the
Thank you, Chris.
meantime,
Like,
so in the meantime, thanks for having me, and take care of yourself.
absolutely. Thank you so much, Chris.
See you later, Alex. Bye bye.
Bye bye.